Hello, everyone. Welcome to the webinar today. We're going to go ahead and get started now. It's right at the top of the hour. First and foremost, I'm Jason Alberino, Product Manager on the WhatsUp Gold product line here at Progress. I've been working with WhatsUp Gold for about 20 years now, so quite a bit of experience with the product, both as a customer and from a sales, pre-sales, and professional services perspective, as well as now product manager. So I have quite a bit of knowledge to share throughout the webinar today, and hopefully you find it helpful. So today we're going to talk about what's new with WhatsUp Gold 23.1 and how it's going to help close visibility gaps within your network. All right, so quick summary of the agenda today. 23.1 was made generally available back in December 19, 2023. Welcome to 2024, everyone. Happy New Year. But really, our theme here was provides your organization with greater visibility of your network. And we're going to talk about some of the things contained within that release, including the ability to automatically start monitoring devices within your network, the dynamic SNMP table monitoring feature, user-controlled discovery attributes, as well as many ease of use and security enhancements. And then we'll talk a bit about how to actually upgrade. Okay, so let's get going. Like I said, we're going to talk about what's new in WhatsUp Gold 23.1 today, including the ability to automatically monitor those newly discovered devices, dynamic SNMP table monitoring, and the user-controlled discovery attributes. Not only that, a bunch of security, ease of use, and extensibility options here, and we'll talk a bit about each one. So I'm going to dive right into it and talk about automatically start monitoring newly discovered devices. And I only just have a couple screenshots to talk through here. So really this is a two-pronged thing. In your discovery scan options, you now have the ability to tell the scan to respect any of these automatic monitoring options. So you can opt a scan in or out of these. And on the other side, with the roles and sub-roles within WhatsUp Gold, you now have the ability on the general tab to change these default behaviors. So everything's just as it was before you upgrade it. The big difference now is you have a bunch of different options to choose from. So a good example is, well, maybe I want to monitor every single switch I find in my environment. I simply change my monitoring options, tell it to automatically start monitoring that device, and the next time my scheduled discovery runs, if it found a switch that was not already monitored, it would automatically begin monitoring it. So very exciting stuff, gonna save you a bunch of time. You'll notice that I put the YouTube channel here, and I've done this on pretty much every slide I'm presenting today. Every single new feature within 23.1, we've posted a video on our YouTube channel with an in-depth look into the feature, what it can do for you, how to configure it. So I encourage everyone, please go visit our YouTube channel and check out these videos. Great, I'm gonna keep going here. Let's talk about dynamic SNMP table monitoring. Man, this is such a tough topic to talk about, but I'll use WhatsUp Gold to relate it back. So really this comes down to, you see our interface active monitor is probably the best comparison. Automatically, WhatsUp Gold will add to your switches, routers, firewalls, an active monitor for each interface that's up during the time of discovery. So that way you can see the simple availability of that port. Take that idea and then put it to the rest of SNMP, and that's where this comes in. So for example, I can look for any Cisco module, and that's the example I have in the background here. I specify the monitoring conditions, what I consider up or down for that monitor, tell it what I want to assign as a comment, as well as when to consider it during discovery. Once I've done that, I have to add my template into my either role or sub role. And you see my sub role here, I just made one with a bunch of different SNMP table monitors. And then after discovery, we'll automatically add these monitors to the device. So in this case, my module status, there's only one module on this specific switch, but you see there was multiple fans, multiple power supplies, multiple temperature sensors, and you're able to look at these SNMP tables now quickly and easily simply by creating these monitors. This is really advantageous, especially for if you have maybe a vendor that's not supported directly out of the box, maybe a vendor comes out with a new version, and they don't respect these old SNMP values, you'll be able to easily accommodate for that. I'm excited for this mostly because, well, we can also share new device support very quickly and easily. In 22.1, we released the ability to import or export device roles and sub roles. This includes custom monitors, so we'll be able to create some profiles, post them out in the community, and you could download and import them to your WhatsUp Gold installation quickly and easily. So very exciting stuff. Again, the YouTube channel, there's a very in-depth walkthrough of this feature on the YouTube channel. Please check it out. And finally, the user-controlled discovery attributes. This one's a bit more complex, but really in the name of extensibility and customizability. The simplest example I have here is just from our LoadMaster and FlowMon subrules. We've already started making use of this. So in order to grab the firmware version directly from a LoadMaster, we're querying SNMP at this object ID. Similar approach on the FlowMon side, we're getting a few different values there. But really this comes down to, it could be any SNMP value. So regardless of what you want to grab from SNMP, you're able to do so as a attribute to your device right through the discovery. But not only that, you could do the same for any WMI value, as well as any discovery information that we're collecting. So simple use case on the WMI front, maybe you're looking for any system that has a certain number of services running or something along those lines. You can query that service list, get that number, and then create a dynamic group based on that. Another example is like a logged in user, right? That comes up a lot where people want to see, oh, well, who's logged into the system? You'd be able to do this with this attribute added to the device. And then finally, on the discovery information, we actually add it within our release notes, all the different pieces that are covered within this. So there's quite a bit we don't mention in the full-on documentation, but to get more information about this, you just go to docs.progress.com and click the WhatsUp Gold tile there. From there, go to the WhatsUp Gold 23.1 release notes, and there's a topic specifically called the same, user-controlled discovery attributes, and you'll see a link to see additional information. All right, again, YouTube channel, we have an in-depth video about this as well. And that's not all in 23.1. We added and did a whole bunch of different things here. I'm not going to discuss all of them, but I will discuss a few. Specifically, I want to call out the additional guided tours. So a while back, we added third-party integration in WhatsUp Gold with Pendo.io, and that allows us to give you guided tours as well as notifications about things that need your attention. So recently we did a message that there's a security vulnerability and to upgrade as soon as you can. But we plan to continue doing things like that to keep you in the loop as to what's going on with the product. If anything of interest is needing to have your attention, such as security vulnerabilities, right? Everyone wants to know about those sooner rather than later. It's just another way for us to engage with you. The other two I'll call out is the discovery data refresh options and the credential library usage indicator. Both of these actually are customer-driven ideas. Those customer-driven ideas we take very seriously. So please start checking out our ideas portal if you haven't already. We're very happy to share ideas amongst one another, interact with our customers. All right, so I'll keep going on here. Well, how do you upgrade? So there's really two different approaches here. If you already have an active service agreement, all you need to do is go download the installer from the Progress community, go to my products, and then you'll be able to download it directly from there. The installation is very straightforward. It runs over the top of your existing installer, so long as you're on version 20.0 or higher. If you are on a release before then, you need to make sure to upgrade to 20.0 first before upgrading to 23.1. If you don't have an active service agreement, we'll go to whatsupgold.com/upgrade, fill out the form, and we'll reach out to you to discuss the next steps from there. There's a bunch of benefits to upgrading. Not only have we made a bunch of security improvements over the past few releases, we've added a whole ton of new features, as well as create a customer validation program where we talk about some of the things we're working on. So if you're not a member already, go check out whatsupgold.com/CVP and request to join. There we talk about pre-release activities and including things that haven't been released yet, right? So very exciting stuff. All right, so some key features and solutions that WhatsUp Gold provides. It's an infrastructure monitoring product, and everyone really loves our intuitive interface that we have. That said, I think no one even comes close to the speed we're able to provide in order to access your data. So there's a lot of different solutions on the market that solve the same problem. I think ours is uniquely positioned in a way where, well, our interface is new, modern, fast, as well as easy to use, quick to get information from. We also provide out-of-the-box topology mapping, amongst many other things. Not only this, it's very easy to customize and make it work for you and your environment, right? Everyone's environment is different, and some people even have in-house applications that need to be monitored, which, customizability comes to the forefront then. We also have several different add-ons that offer additional values that includes log management, configuration management, traffic analysis, and application performance monitoring. All right, I won't chat too much more about that. So how to learn more, just visit our website. We have a What's New page talking about all the things new and WhatsUp Gold 23.1. We updated our frequently asked questions, including some information we're getting back from the 23.1 release. I mentioned earlier the WhatsUp Gold 23.1 release notes. We're trying to do a much better job than previously when it comes to talking about exactly what's contained within the release, how to use it, what the value is. Again, that's docs.progress.com, and then click the WhatsUp Gold tile. To download a free trial, just whatsupgold.com, top right corner. The trial is now for 30 days. This is a change we made recently. It used to be 14 days. Just trying to make it easier for people to try the product. And if you have any questions whatsoever, please just contact your Progress account manager. And with that, I'm going to get into questions. We'll see what's come in during this session and see if we have a bunch of questions. Someone was missing the audio. Sorry about that. Let's see, someone's asking about MFA. Since we have implemented MFA on our switches, our automated backups are failing. Does WUG have a solution for this? Well, it depends on the scenario is the answer there. So if you're using configuration management, it's expecting a login using either Telnet or SSH. If you're not able to log in because it's doing the two-factor, you might need to make an exception for the WhatsUp Gold system itself. Someone's asking, would you mind posting a link to the 23.1 update? Hopefully someone else on the call can help with that. Another one here. Is SNMP traffic encrypted? That's a good question. So SNMP version 3 is the only version of SNMP that offers encryption. So if security is a concern for you, I'd highly suggest when implementing, you implement using SNMP version 3 when possible. Let's see what else we got here. Well, WhatsUp Gold offer the ability to open new tabs in our windows. For example, I want to monitor separate dashboards at the same time. Yes, that's actually a very good question. We just added a new feature in WhatsUp Gold 23.0 called the Knock Viewer that is exactly for that purpose, being able to cycle through multiple different tabs automatically with WhatsUp Gold. But you can also do this manually, right? There's nothing stopping you from opening as many tabs in Windows as you'd like. I think in some older versions around 18 and less, we had issues once there was a certain amount of tabs open. We no longer have those issues. Let's see. I'm a first-time user of WUG. Is there a video that goes through the steps of updating? There's not a video, but if you go search our, if you go to community.progress.com and search for WhatsUp Gold upgrade, we have multiple different KB articles that go through the process step by step. Hope that helps. There's also the installation guide on docs.progress.com. If you go docs.progress.com, click the WhatsUp Gold tile, you'll see the installing WhatsUp Gold help, and there's a specific section on upgrading there. Let's see. So there's a couple questions around future capabilities. I'm not going to call out specifically what they are, but if you'd like to discuss those more, you must join our WhatsUp Gold customer validation program. Again, that's whatsupgold.com/CVP. That's where we're able to talk about pre-release activities like some of these functionalities being referenced in the questions. Let's see, in previous versions when we did a refresh, with an existing device, what would often not actually update the device attributes? Is this fixed? Yes, so we added a bunch of options relative to this. You'll see, remember I called out the discovery rescan options that customers were asking for? That's one of the specific items there. I refer you to the release notes to learn more, but you now have a lot more control over what data gets updated when you're doing a discovery. The main purpose of that feature was hardware replacement. That's the thing that came up a lot is, well, if my switch died and I replace it, I don't want to have to remove and re-add the device. That's the root cause of the problem we were solving, but there's other applications as well, like what you're talking about with the device attributes. Well, the new attributes feature you mentioned allow me to filter specific. So the answer there is no. There's a question around filtering to remove specific volumes from being monitored. We do have the ability to use a regular expression to make sure we only alert on the drives that we care about. I'd love to talk about that more on the CVP with you. So if the person who asked that question, please join the WhatsUp Gold CVP and we'll discuss more. Does NetFlow support Juniper JFlow? Yes, it does. So the network traffic analysis add-on supports actually every flow protocol. I don't think there's any it does not support. So good news there. Does this version solve the knock viewer automatic update problem? The answer is yes. That has been solved with the 23.1 release. Let's see. Someone on saying they're using the features and thank you for using them. Confused about the changes to alert center thresholds. Can you discuss? Oh, okay. So someone was asking about the changes we made relative to device properties. So now when you pull up device properties, the default page that shows is going to indicate whether or not action policy is applied to the device, or whether an action policy is assigned to a active monitor, as well as the performance monitors will show if there's any alert center thresholds associated, and it will give you a warning if there's no notification policy associated with that threshold. So it's really just to point out that we're monitoring these things. We're seeing a lot of evaluators were missing that you can alert about those performance values. So we want to make it very clear, as well as give you a heads up display, right? Device properties is the #1 place people go within the product. So we want to make sure that we're showing as much information as possible right away when you open device properties. Let's see. Someone asked, has the issue of moving devices been fixed? I'm not sure what you're referring to there, if you can clarify the question. I'm guessing that's moving from one group to another device group, but need some clarity there. For networks without email exchange available, can device alerts offer web alarms? Yes, absolutely. So WhatsUp Gold does a lot more than just email-based actions. There's many different types of actions, including one called a web alarm. So that's built right into the web interface, where as long as you're logged into the web interface, you would be able to receive a pop-up message, telling you about whatever the issue may be, as well as the ability to acknowledge or resolve them right from that web alarm. Let's see. Someone's saying, ever since upgrade, I'm unable to add gig interfaces to our HPE switches. Is this a known issue? I'm not familiar with that specific one. I'm not 100% positive if you're talking about the interface active monitor or performance monitor or what I'd highly encourage you to do is get a technical support case open. Our tech support team, I think, is best in the industry, and they're well equipped to answer that question or escalate it as need be, right? So that's the other piece that technical support helps with is, if you open a case with them and we determine that it's a bug or a defect problem in the software, we'll escalate it to engineering for a fix. Let's see. I have version 21. Can I upgrade? The answer is yes. So as long as it's version 20.0 or higher, you're able to directly upgrade to the latest release, 20.1. What about polling servers, failover upgrade? Yeah, so the answer here is you have to upgrade the entire environment. Pollers need to be updated. The secondary system for failover needs to be updated, and then you upgrade your primary. Hope that helps. Let's see. Has the SNMP library been expanded to include support for devices such as UPS systems? Oh, so we do support APC UPS directly out of the box pretty well and extensively, but that dynamic SNMP table modder I was talking about earlier is the perfect use case for this type of thing. If you haven't done so already, please post an idea about what devices you're wanting support for, and we'll be able to more easily provide support for them in the future. That said, you absolutely can make use of this dynamic SNMP table modder for UPS systems. Let's see if there's any other ones here. Do you allow scripts to validate websites? I'm not sure I understand that question. Oh, the person from earlier about moving a device to another group. I didn't, I'm not aware of any specific issue relative to that. If you can email me directly at alberino@progress.com after the webinar, I can look into that further for you. Let's see. There are quite a few more questions. Wow, everyone loves the question session. My goodness, let's see what we got here. Someone asked, how do I find out who my account manager is? You don't necessarily have to. Just go to whatsupgold.com/contact and the appropriate person will reach out to you directly. My current version of WhatsUp Gold with external authentication enabled requires me to specify the domain name before the username. This often confuses users. AD LDAP is enabled, will log indicate domain versus auth. So long story short here, I would highly suggest you look into using OpenID integration instead here, if possible. I'm not sure what your Active Directory environment is, but if it is Server 2022, or it's Azure Entra ID, I believe is what they're calling it now, then you are able to take advantage of the OpenID integration, which also enables other things like two-factor authentication potentially, as well as single sign-on. Hope that helps. Ooh, this is a very good question. Does WhatsUp Gold support failover cluster monitoring as it relates to SQL clustering? So WhatsUp Gold itself is agnostic to the fact that it might be running its database on a failover cluster. So we don't directly support it per se, but we also don't not support it. If you needed help configuring a failover cluster, for example, we would not be able to help you. If your WhatsUp Gold's already running on the failover cluster, connection's fine, then yes, of course it's supported. What about email notifications based on a group selected monitors? This is a feature being considered soon. WhatsUp Gold CVP for that. We can't talk about pre-release stuff in these public webinars, unfortunately. Please join up whenever you can. Let's see. Ooh, I like to, there's some more future suggestions here. I like them, thank you. Let's see. I have version 23.0.1. Is this the latest or not? No, so that's not the latest. The second number in that cycle actually indicates an actual release between the two. So the last number is just an update. But basically, it's the year 23 release number 2. It's not. It goes from 23.0 to 1, right? But yes, you need to get 23.1 to be on the latest release, not 23.0.1. Let's see. Will WhatsUp Gold build a network topology diagram for all monitored devices? The answer is typically yes, but it depends on if you have the level of access required or not. So in order to build out the topology maps, you need SNMP access to as many of the core networking devices as possible, and then we're able to automatically build out topology maps for you. Absolutely. Just logged into CVP. Who do I contact to discuss my disk filtering question? Just put just put a post out there. We'll get to you soon. It's typically me responding to the post out there, so I'm aware that you'll be posting. I'll keep an eye out for it. One more question here is, sorry if this was already asked, but how do I upgrade from 21? It's very, very straightforward. So anything 20.0 or higher, it's a direct upgrade. All right, looks like we're getting near the end of the questions. Oh, we got one more trickling in. Does WhatsUp Gold support a login banner? So far, I can't find a banner setting. So indirectly, yes, it does, but not right within the product. We do have some steps and publish in a KB article that tell you how to modify the CSS file in order to put some sort of login banner there if it's required by your company or organization. Okay, so I had a ton of fun answering a bunch of questions, talking about WhatsUp Gold 23.1, and I can't wait to have you guys consume all the value it has. So thanks again for joining, and I hope everyone has a good rest of their day. Take care.